What's going on, guys? NealGuides here. Welcome back to another video. This would be the interactive RTG preparation. We're not far away now. Just want to make this one thing clear. I know FIFA 20 comes out on the 19th for the early access, but what I'm thinking of doing is I'll start the interactive RTG on my second account, the one without paying, obviously, on 27th of September. But what I'll do on my main account, I'll also use this team as well for my main account as well. So for those that get early access, you can follow me right now. And for those that get a game on the 27th, I'll start again fresh, because I don't want to have a situation where I buy these players now during early access and I get an advantage because some of the players are cheaper and obviously they're going to go up in value. So I'd rather just start this again on the 27th. So this will be, so basically it'll kind of be like a two-way RTG, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna do one account. I'll start now, and then one account I'll start again on 27th. So if the game coming out on 27th, don't worry, I've decided to then delay the RTG. Anyway, going into my starter team, this is the team I've decided to go with in the end. It's a single rotational squad, as I mentioned earlier. If you watch my previous videos, you'll understand how the single rotational squad works. But I would suggest you go back and watch those videos again, and I suppose you can. But I'll briefly go over, what it basically entails and how it actually works. So as you probably know, this is the team I went with. So obviously all these players get loyalty. There is 3 players of chemistry. So, this is my, I suppose you can say 3 players of chemistry. So we're going to go with, so obviously in this situation, generally speaking, we can see how many players of chemistry. So Kimpembe, Promes, and Gelson Martins. They're both League 1, so we'll go with a Dutch manager. So we'll go with a Dutch manager, and then we'll go for League 1, and we'll take this guy. So now, 3 players off chemistry, 8 chem will suffice. So we'll both on left wing and right wing, that will suffice, and then Kimpembe will have 7 chem. That's perfect. Ideally, sentinels on both my fullbacks. I'll eventually get shadows for my centre backs, glove for my goalkeeper, hunter for Ben Yedder, shadow, deadeye, hunter. I think I'm still deliberating, maybe sniper, but yeah, that's my team. In game, it's probably going to be a 4-2-3-1. So if you guys want to follow my exact team, I know not everyone's going to follow the team, but some people want to follow the team. This one I'm going to play in game. I'll have Ben Yedder and Cam. And that's what like, actually no, at the Power Go striker, Promes will be there and Gelson Martins will be there. That's what it like in game. And if I do turn to a 4-1-2-1-2, 4-1-2-1-2 wide or narrow, it would probably be something like this, something like that in game. So that's what it look like with a 4-1-2-1-2 narrow. But it's going back to the formation for chemistry. That's how it is. Promise there. So I think, you know what, I made this team on a stream. To be honest, I think it's actually a pretty decent team. I actually really like it. It worked out in the end. The chemistry also worked out. We went with Kimpembe in CDM because there isn't really that many CDMs. There is Rabiot, for example, and Rabiot, but they're all very expensive. I think Kimpembe shouldn't be. It will be pretty expensive, but he wouldn't be that much. So I ended up putting him in CDM. I left him there instead of Konate because I think that he's got a bit better physical and defending, so I think it's better if he's in CDM. There is other players like Idrissa Gueye is another good example. Idrissa Gueye is a very good player, but he didn't give Ben Yedder full chemistry. So it's, I mean, I was going to play it like this basically. So Idrissa Gueye will get 8 chemistry. So it depends on how you want to do it. You could go it either way, but I'm probably going to go with Kimpembe just for the simple fact I just prefer Kimpembe, and he's actually a decent player. Now, for the single rotational players, so the way I did it is, so people are asking, when you have a hybrid squad, how exactly do you do a single rotational squad? So what I look like, as I said, left back and right backs. So you have to look at the most common integer, right? What's not common? Common league and nation. What am I saying? Integer, league and nation. So obviously, I need someone that's French. I need someone from Bundesliga. So because I need the rotational player to play on left back and then right back. So obviously it's simple. All I did is that the parameters I just chose. For example, I need someone that's from France. So I just choose a French league, and then I just choose a defender because I want all defenders, and then I just choose a league, Bundesliga. So now Hernandez is obviously the option. I do have some other players like, Pamecano and Mukiele, but they're not fast enough for a fullback. So Roussillon is the best person. So again, he'll play 10 chemistry on left back because you'll get loyalty. So you'll get 10 chemistry as a left back. And when he wants to rotate with Mbabu, he gets 7 chemistry. I'm more than happy with that. No problem. Then we move to the centre back. So again, it's the same situation again. You need a centre back. So I want a centre back who's French and Bundesliga. Thankfully for me, there's a lot of players in Bundesliga, especially centre backs, who are French. So we're actually sport for choice. Now, there's a lot of players. Hernandez is the player that I want. But realistically, when the game comes out, he's going to be very expensive. So let's be a bit more realistic. It's between Mukiele and Upamecano. I went with Mukiele for the sole fact he's a bit better than Upamecano. So just quickly. So what you can do is you can compare the players. So I compared a Mukiele and a Upamecano. Their height are relatively the same. They're both 6'1". But what was more important to me was as you can see over here, he's got a bit better, even though it's only a 2 pace difference, he's got +6 acceleration, which was a big thing for me, and only +1 sprint speed. Although sprint speed is a bit more important since it's only +1 and you get a better acceleration. If I put a shadow on Mukiele, he's gonna get an epic boost for his acceleration. So that's why I went with he won the pace battle. Shooting's not that important. The passing battle, he won that as well. He's got a bit better short passing. And then the dribbling, he's got the better agility and balance for the jockeying, better reactions, better composure. And then defending, he won everything again. The only thing that Upamecano won was standing tackle, which was a big thing for me. But then when I looked at, for example, his stamina, and then I compared it, and I was thinking, you know what, it's better to have a faster pace, a better person who can jockey in a ball, and better defensive stats overall. And I compared them both with the shadow, and that's how I kind of ended up saying, you know what, Upamecano is probably the way to go. So I just compared them. He's got much better marking or defense awareness is what the new stat is called. So I ended up, and I liked slide tackle, so I ended up going with Mukiele, and I used him last year, so it's another good card. So he's the guy who's going to rotate. As you can see again, he gets 10 chemistry when he's rotated between them. A very good league. Then the next player I had to rotate was the centre mids. Now I went with 3 centre mids. Goretzka's are going to be very expensive, but if I can somehow obtain the finances to purchase him early on in the game, I will do, because his price is going to rocket up to 40k plus after early access. So I'm going to get him. If you're watching this video after like 27th of September, don't worry, in episode 1 I'll go through making a team again. So we'll revisit this with the new price changes. So Mukiele can obviously be subbed in, he'll be used with the right mids. I don't mind him being on 8 chemistry, that's not a big issue for me. So that's trying to say, sometimes if you can't find it, like I could find a good link, but it's better to play Goretzka on 8 chemistry than it is to get a perfect link and play him on 10 chemistry. Remember what I always told you, base stats are always more important than chemistry. And then I went with other rotational plays. So the attackers, I went with Onyekuru. I went with Cornet, which is a La Liga player. No, La Liga, sorry, Ligan. And I went with Bamin. I think it's pronounced Bamin, apparently is what he said, I think, on his interview. So the idea is you're going to rotate these players. I can play Goretzka, 1 mid, centre mid. I can move Ben Yedder there, and I can play Goretzka midfield. I got a lot of options to play these players. The reason why I like Bamin is because I can also play him over here. And the good thing is, even though he's Premier League, don't forget, because there's 3 red lines with 1 link, we will get a soft link, so you'll get 8 chemistry. So for every 2 games, I'll play Cornet at right forward, and I'll put Onyekuru on. And as you can see, they still retain a chemistry. So I got a lot of rotation options, and then obviously I can play Bamin on 7 chemistry if I really wanted to. I can get a Cote d'Ivoire, I think that's how you say it, or Ivory Coast manager, and I can play him in that role. So we have really good options. I would say these are the best options that I found, but of course if you find anything better, you can obviously look into it. But these are what I found. So those are basically my single rotational players. Another centre mid I went with was Tolisso, so for Kimpembe for the French link. So I wanted a Bundesliga player that's that's French. There isn't that many options, and Tolisso, to be honest, I thought they were killer stamina. He has 69 pace, which is not something I'm too fond of, to be completely honest. But the problem is there isn't that many options. You can play, to be honest, in this situation, right? I would probably forego trying to get someone from Bundesliga. So this might be an interesting situation where you think, you know what? Forget Bundesliga. You might want to get someone like Rabiot or Matuidi. Like even Matuidi will probably get the job done. I think on 8 chemistry, Midfield will be a good player. So this is what you can choose for yourself. But I just chose Tolisso just to make things easier. So you guys, who did I remove? Oh, I think I removed Goretzka. Yeah. So to make things easier, I just went with Tolisso, but we can change that as the time goes on. Now, these players will be on my reserve bench. So this is how it works. So people are asking me, what about subs? So what it is, these guys will be on my reserve. So I'll leave Mukiele. Let's say my centre back gets a red card, I'll leave him on a sub bench. The rest of them, they're going on my reserves. I might keep some attackers here. I got Goretzka already. Who did I actually get rid of? I think I got rid of Bamin. Sorry, 1 second. I think I deleted him by mistake. Yeah, so the rest of the players, they're all going to go on a reserve. So these guys are going to rest their fitness. So, but what I've done is I've left Goretzka and Mukiele. The reason why is Goretzka is a player, if one of my centre mids gets injured or let's say he gets a red card, I can sub Goretzka and he can play basically anywhere, cam, centre mid, CDM, anywhere. Mukiele is actually another player as well. If anyone gets injured, actually, you know what? I'll put Ruslan on the bench. Ruslan, if any of my left backs get injured, right backs get a red card, Ruslan can just come on. Or worst case scenario, Ruslan can play centre back on 5 chemistry. Now, so that's how it works. So don't forget. So you have what? So that's all reserves. So then you have what? 5 players for the sub bench, right? Or you have 7. So these are now going to be the players that are going to be the super subs. So I've gone with Bakambu, a very quality card I used last year. Formidable card, very good stats. He's added into the team. 6 foot, very, very good stats. For a sub on 5 chemistry, you're talking this is... And he's going to be relatively cheap. Don't forget, he's what league is he? I think he's in the Chinese Super League, right? So no one's going to buy him, right? This guy is god tier. I'm not even joking. Put a Deadeye on him. Probably, actually, you know what? I'll probably go towards a sniper just to get that composure up a bit more. 5 chemistry sniper. 88 finishing, formidable player. 3-star skills, but 4-star weak foot will suffice. And I don't really mind the skill moves. I'm not going to use Lacoquette or anything. The next one we're going with Alex Teixeira, another OG from last year. It'll be a very cheap card as well. Again, same situation with him. Another super sub on 5 chemistry is going to be amazing. We ended up going again with Joseph Martinez, another card. So basically, these are the exact same cards I used last year. They're all the cards that these are the 3 cards I used last year on my 15k team, actually. So, you know, to share another card, you know, you slap a sniper on him on 5 chemistry as a sub. Formidable card. Very good agility and balance. Good for dribbling. Good finisher. And you see the good thing about these, and Joseph Martinez is another one. He got a bit of a downgrade this year, 3-star skill moves. But he's still got he's got the low composure, but he's got the agility and balance. Good finishing. Again, sniper. And I think, you know what? These guys, the reason why they're perfect, they can play cam for me in a 4-2-3-1. They can play striker, or they can play on a wing. So they're very versatile. The key is these 3 players, they can play on a wing, striker, or cam. They can shoot, they can score, they can dribble. That's what's important for me. The next thing is I got some other... So then I ended up going with Visca. Visca's another player that I went with. Now, he's actually a really good card. This is, I think, a secret card in disguise. I think he's in the Turkish league. Another amazing card. Good finishing, good shot power, good short passing, decent crossing, very good stamina, good composure, very good dribbling. Do you know what? Again, on 5 chemistry, I'll probably put a Deadeye on him just to improve that passing up a bit more extra. The short passing. This would be my cam. So what is Visca? Was it Vishka? Is it Visca, Martinez, Alex Teixeira, Bakambu are all going to be my subs in game. So let's say, for example, so these guys, they always stay on a sub bench. So basically, these are basically my rotational subs. So one game I might use Visca and Martinez, other game I might use Teixeira and Bakambu. They never leave the sub bench. Now, my reserves bench, they're always regaining fitness. You see, I never use these cards. I never use Tolisso, Cornet, Onyekuru, Bamin, Mukiele, Ruslan, or Goretzka, because they're always going to be getting fitness for the single rotational squad. You see what I'm saying? The only times I'll ever put these 2 players on is if, let's say, a Kanji gets a red card, then I might have to take one of my strikers off and put Goretzka, for example, in centre-back. Worst case scenario. then that might be the only time I ever use some of these single rotational players, but they're always going to retain stamina. So the way it works is I'll play a game, let's say 80 minutes, I might put Bakambu on, and I put Teixeira on. So what that means is now I've got the super subs on. So my next game, the squad changes. So now I'm just going to put Teixeira and Bakambu back to the sub bench. Then this is where the rotation happens. So I might put Goretzka there, put Ruslan over here. I'll put Mukiele in for my next game. Onyekuru, I'll put him here. I'll put Cornet here. And then I'll put, I think we'll go Bamin in the end. So then I'll play my next game like this. Same situation. I might even put Talisca on if Kimpembe's low on fitness. Again, I'll play this game. Then this game, I'll make some subs. I'll be like, so I used Alex Teixeira and Bakambu last game, so they're still regaining their fitness. So what I would do now, I use Martinez and Visca. Do you see what I'm saying? So I put them on a wing. So the key is you're just rotating just a few players here and there. I'm over-rotating in this example just to obviously to make it clear to you what I'm doing. But you see, the key is the players, so the big misunderstanding people got is the players, they always retain their fitness because they're always on a sub bench. You see what I'm saying? And you just swap it around. So every other game you just swap it. So every 2 games you can swap it. You can do it every game. It depends on how you want to do it, and that's the key. But this would be my ideal starting 11. Actually, I probably put Goretzka. Actually, you know what? This would be my ideal starting 11. I think this would be with Goretzka and Zachary. Almost my 15k team with just some minor changes. Obviously, no Muriel and no Dembele. But I think Dembele will be a bit too expensive when a game comes out. I think last year he was 82 rated card. He was 13k when a game came out. And I think now he's 84 rated. 5-star weak foot, 5-star skill moves back again. I think it's going to be about 25k plus. So that's why I left him out of the team. But that's how the single rotational squad will work. So just a reminder, these guys all on the reserve bench. These guys are going to regain fitness. These guys are my subs that are being used. These guys always remain on my sub bench. And when I rotate the squad again, obviously the players that are playing go on the reserves, and the sub bench never changes. You see, these are just the kind of guys that come on as 80 minutes, 70 minutes, 60 minutes, whatever. And as I said to you, even with the subs, I use Bakambu and Teixeira one game. Then let's say they go down to 86 fitness, then I'll use Martinez and Visca for the next game. Then they will regain their fitness to 99. So you just keep swapping. And the idea is, right, you're maintaining consistency. And then when it comes to a time, and we know how hard it is to get money, consumables now, unless, I don't know how EA dictate the market. I'm pretty sure they have their fingers in many pies. And what I mean by that is I'm sure they secretly offload and put stuff on the market behind the scenes to regulate the market. Kind of like, just imagine like a central bank just, in some respect having reserve currency and regulating the market like that. I think EA do that behind the scenes. I'm not too sure. But generally speaking, fitness cards are going to be quite redundant in the first game and really rare to find. They're going to be so rare. To use them, they're going to be expensive. Even if you do get them, you'll be lucky because you'll be wasting money. 600, 700 coins on the fitness card is no point. It's redundant actually getting fitness cards at the beginning. Keep this method. And until you get to when, let's say the game comes out the second week, you get rival rewards, you improve the team a bit more. Then when the first foot champs come in, then you can start using fitness every game. But for now, the most important thing during EA Access is to play the games with a single rotational squad. Don't forget, you can get gold players for 300 coins. What's the point of spending 600 coins on the fitness for one game, which basically expires, when you can buy a player and you can play him for every other game and save more money? It makes no sense. And don't forget, that's a rotational player as well. So it's like a one-time purchase. You buy another player, you just rotate him in every time. But that's a single rotation squad. That is also the squad that I'm going to be using. I really want to know what squads you guys are using. If you have any other questions on a single rotational squad, please let me know in the comment section down below. I think we are pretty good to go from that perspective. But this is a squad I'll be going ahead with. Just to give you also a quick insight. I think, when is it? So the 19th, the early access comes out in 2 days' time. What I would do is my main account, I'll make this exact same team. I'll have a guide there. I'm going to be playing draft on my main account with FIFA points just for content, just purely for content. So I'll do that as well at the same time. And and then I'll just use this game obviously predominantly. That's what I will do. And then when the 27th comes out on my second account, I will start again from scratch. So we'll start everything, make the team again. I'll look at the price ranges. As I said, this is a team that I want to make. This whole team could change. If I pack Neymar in the first week, the whole dynamic of the team changes. I'll probably sell Neymar and buy a better team all around. You see what I'm saying? So it just depends on what you pack. If, for example, you pack a French player, if you end up packing, I don't know, let's say you end up packing Wendell, untradeable, for example, right? You might want to change your team to a full Bundesliga. You know what I'm trying to say? It all depends on who you pack and what players you got. But I think I'm still going to go ahead with this team. I don't think I'm going to change anything. I'm more than happy with this team. But anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. Any questions, as usual, please let me know in the comment section down below. And please also tell me what teams you have. I'm really interested to know what kind of teams you guys have and what you guys settled upon. But anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Take it easy, boys.